a todos en YouTube. Bendiciones, bendiciones. Estoy preparando aquí a Centro de Estudios Lúkúmí para poder ser la directa por Centro de Estudios Lúkúmí también. Wow, I got a notification. No way. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that I got a notification. All right. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Déjenme poner el teléfono de... A ver si puedo. Ahora sí, vamos a ver. Bueno, si podemos, si no podemos, no se puede. Pero si podemos, podemos. Bendiciones a todas las personas que se están conectando. Hello, everybody. Vamos aquí, vamos a ponernos live con Face. Ay, Facebook. Ay, 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 ay. Bendiciones, bendiciones. Bendiciones mi YouTube. Bendiciones a todas las personas que se están conectando. Vamos a hacer una directica aquí de final de año. Buenas tardes desde Lima, Perú. Muchas bendiciones desde Perú. It's going to be in English. It's going to be in English. I'm just saying everybody, hello to everybody in Spanish. But the live will be in English. I'm setting up basically to discuss a little bit of the little things that I do for the end of the year so that we can go ahead and get rid of the old year and receive the new year with a lot of blessings and a lot of good things that we all deserve and need. La directa va a ser en inglés porque David ya le hizo la directa a ustedes ayer en español. Entonces hoy voy a hacérsela en inglés para las personas que hablan inglés que nos siguen. Así podemos interactuar con ellos también. Many blessings to everybody. The live will be in English. David did a live in Spanish yesterday, so I'm going to do a live in English with a few little things that we need to do before the year is over, and we can welcome 2026 with a lot of health, prosperity, and a lot of good things that will be coming to everybody this year. So I hope that everybody's ready, everybody's prepared, so that we can go ahead and do all of those beautiful things. Everybody, let's start out by letting you guys all know that we have a lot of schools for you available in English. The classes David does them in Spanish, and they are automatically translated in English, and they are uploaded into the cloud for Zoom. And then you can go ahead and listen to the classes, download them into your computer or your iPhone or your phone, and you can go ahead and listen to them forever and ever. They're going to be there for you to have, and you are going to be able to listen to them whenever you need. Muchas gracias. Okay, everybody, we have all of the classes that David has in English. They're all back here so that you guys can get as much information as you can. We offer, he has 7 schools right now. We have Spiritism, we have Nkisi Malongo, we have Herbs and Plants, we have the Orisha Secret Ceremonies, we have Cantos, which is the songs and the prayers that we do to the Orishas. If you want to learn them, definitely. We have the Dilogun, which is there's a different school from Dilogun than it is for Orisha Secret Ceremonies, okay? And then we have one for Aleyos, which is anybody that doesn't have any kind of consecration, any type of ceremonies, anything received. Then those are the people that automatically can go ahead and go into these classes, and you guys can learn all of the schools. The only school that you have to be have Osha crowned, or you have to have an Orisha crowned, is the Santeros class, which is the Orisha Secret Ceremonies class. For that, you have to have ceremonies done, and we will contact you and we will ask you questions to ensure that you are you already have those ceremonies performed. That way we can make sure that you're in the correct school and that you are not going to be learning things that are not secret and that you have not been through those ceremonies. Okay? So just make sure that if you do go in there, that's the reason why we have them, okay? But these schools are all available at www.davidalaaggayú.com. You guys can go in there and you can see all of the schools, and they all have a description of what they're about, okay? And the schools will be starting fresh again now on January 5th. 1 second, please, so that I can go ahead and put this back. January 5th is going to be the schools starting again. And you guys can trying to get your message in English, okay? Everybody, are we ready to get rid of, por favor, in YouTube, if you guys can like the live, I would really appreciate that very much. And in Facebook, my English speakers, if you guys can give me little hearts and share the live, that would be amazing, because then that's the way that we get more notifications for you guys to know that we're English. I registered for the schools. How can I get the videos in English? Maggie, when you go into the schools, you know that there's a library. There's a library that has the PDFs, and there's a library that has the videos. And you automatically are going to get an invitation in the group. You're not going to get it personally to your cell phone. You're going to get an invitation in the group wherein you're going to go into that library and you're going to download them, okay? It is your responsibility for you guys to download all of the classes before the last day of the school of the month, okay? You got to go in there, you got to download them. But you will have instructions on how to do that. Once you sign up for your class, you will be added. If you purchase it now for the beginning of the year, you will be added the beginning of the year, and then you'll be able to have access to the group, and you're going to be able to get download all of those classes from there, okay? So everybody, are we ready to get rid of 2025 and welcome 2025 in with a lot of blessings and a lot of beautiful things? Remember, David does the reading. The initial reading consultation for 2026, he's going to be doing it, but he's only going to be doing it in YouTube, you guys. And he's only going to be doing lives in YouTube. Margie, you're not going to be wrong when it comes down to those schools. Let me tell you. You can't go wrong. And not because he's my husband, because you get a lot of knowledge in those schools. We're going to get rid of negativity, okay, guys? We're here to give you guys a little bit of what you guys need to have to finalize 2025 and welcome 2026. We, as followers of our Orishas, when we are here, Facebook, por favor, tac en la pantalla, and if you can please share my live, I would really appreciate it. And I want to be able to give you guys a couple of little things that I do in my household, that I do before the end of the year comes, and then that is going to be something that has always helped me out and has always definitely helped in my house. 1 second, please. Te llamo ahora, mami. Caitlin, let me have the phone. So one of the things that I like to do, you guys, we need to, as religious people that we are, that's why we're all here, as religious people that we are, we must always have in our house. Hi, Jackie, bendiciones, mi amor. You cannot go without pescado judía maíz tostado. You have to have this in your house. If you are a religious person, we have to have this in our house, okay? Because when you take care of a legua, you should be able to use it. When you take care of Ogún or Chosi, a lot of ceremonies that we have, they require pescado judía maíz tostado, which is corn. 1 second, because I'm getting a phone call and I need to answer it. We have to have a fun, cascarilla. We have to have it. In our household, when you're religious, we should definitely have this. This is something that we cannot be without. We need to have incense, you guys. 3 kings incense in our house. This is something that you don't have to have any kind of ceremonies. What I'm showing you, you don't have to have any ceremonies done for you to be able to have these things in your house. This is something that you have to do because it's important that we always do the cleansing of the negative energy and getting rid of stuff in our house and letting the new one come in, going this way. Who doesn't know what we use cinnamon for, you guys? This is very important, especially for 2026. I'm going to tell you guys a couple of little tricks to do with these things. Cocoa butter. Everybody, cocoa butter. This is the best. Angie, how are you, Mama? Many blessings to you. I haven't seen you in years, mi vida. Cocoa butter is very important for us to have. Okay? Very important for us to have. Caitlin! Bring me your phone. Your phone. Who doesn't have any of these in their house? You guys, you don't have to have any ceremonies for you to have these in your house. This is the incense burners. You guys have to have these things. I need to speak to Larissa. Can you give me a phone? Call her and see what it is that she needs. Tell her I'm alive. We have to have this. What do we have this for? Because this is what we need to get rid of negativity in our house when we want to burn incense, when we want to do something important in the house that we want to cleanse. We need these, you guys. We have to have these, okay? This is very important. You guys, you're on speaker in the front. Loki, we do have alcanfor, but alcanfor is for specific cleaning that you do with alcanfor. But these are like the ones that when you use alcanfor is for a certain type of cleaning. These are stuff that you're using just on a regular basis because you need to have cleansing in your house and you want to clean out your house. I like to do this at least once a week. I like to do this usually, since in my house the bóveda and everything else gets cleaned on Thursdays. I like to do all of this spiritual stuff on Thursdays because that way everything is aligned. So in my house, I always do everything on Thursdays. Thank you, Margie. Many blessings, my love. Bendiciones to Claudia. Bendiciones, Gilbert. Jairo. Bendiciones. Bendiciones to everybody. No, the alcanfor, I have it in the little 4. They come in a clear pack like this, so we do have it. But this is the incense burners. This is the incense charcoal that we have here. I'll show you the alcanfor. Give me 1 second. This is the alcanfor that you're talking about. It comes into 1, 2, 3, 4 little packs, and this is the alcanfor. The alcanfor, I do it only when I need to get rid of that. I know that I have, hold on you guys, because I might fall on my face here because of this chair that's so high that my husband used this weekend. I'm trying to find it. If you guys, this is going to be a funny thing on TikTok that they're going to put me on if I fall off this chair in the middle of this live. So sorry. Okay, so I am back in my chair and I haven't fallen, so it's a good thing. Okay, so the alcanfor, since you've been asking about it, Loki, the alcanfor, I use it for negativity. Whenever you know that there's something negative in your house, this is exactly where I'm going, Mariela. You get this, you get 1 little cube, you put it in a boiling pot with hot water, you put one of those in there, and you let all of that come out. It's going to be a little bit strong, so if you have small children or if you have somebody that has issues with their breathing and stuff like that, you might get them out of the house. Or when you do it, make sure you only do 1 little cube because it does have it has a strong scent, okay? So just be careful when you use it. Make sure that, like I said, if you have small kids, that they're in a place where this is not going to be overwhelming for them, okay? So you get 1 little cube, you put it in a pot with water, and you let it boil, and you let all of that scent that it comes out. And you're going to go through every single corner of your house. I don't say this enough, you guys. If you guys are going to do a cleaning, and this is not only to get rid of negativity, this is when you do your regular incense, when you do your 3 Kings incense, you put it in with your burner, you're going to go to every single corner of your house, including your closets, including your showers, including your bathtub, including under your bed. If you can get under your bed, yes, okay? It's very important because if we're only going to go into the room and just let the scent go all over the place, it's not going to be the same. This is not the reason for you to be using this. If you're going to be using the alcanfor to get rid of negativity, you know, it's like if you go and you leave places without you touching it, then what is the point? So that's the part that I want for you guys to understand. I want you guys to understand that if you're going to clean it, do it right. because this is something that you're doing for yourself, for your family, and you want to get rid of something negative, then let's do it. Get rid of the negativity by doing this. And if you're going to take the time to spend the money buying all of these things, then do it the right way, because this is the only way that it's going to work, you guys. So you take it, you go through each and every single corner. I like to even go into my closets. I go under my clothes. I go to make sure that it's all around. Behind it, it's a scent that's going to go away. It's not a scent that's going to stay there forever. So you're going to do this for a few minutes and you're going to smell that. So that's always going to be good. So if you guys do this with the alcanfor, this is to get rid of negativity, you guys. Okay. Now, once you do this with this type of, I have something else that is a lot stronger, but that's for something else. So this, you use it, you put it on. Now, once you're done with that, you let it rest for about an hour. You let all of that go. Then you have to come in with your incense, you guys. You got to come in with your incense, because the incense is what's going to go ahead, and now that you've taken the negative, now you need to let all of your good and positive and all of your spirits that are with you and your ancestors that are with you come into peace. Now, what do you do this? Thank you, Madeline. Same to you, my love. How do you do this, you guys? By getting the incense. I like to do the Three Kings incense, because to me it smells good. To me, it helps me. I feel very good when I do it around my house. So you get your incense, your charcoal, you get your burner, and you put the incense in there. Now, yes, you can do that if you're in a yabo. This is a spiritual cleaning. This is not something that you're going to use your orishas for. Remember, the yaboses don't touch their orishas. They don't do anything with their orishas. But this is a spiritual thing that you're doing. Okay, so yes, you're allowed to do it if you're in a yabo. What I like to do, I like to put my incense, and I like to put, this is really, 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 really good, you guys. You guys do not know how important it is for you to use cinnamon sticks and or for you to use cinnamon powder. Cinnamon powder has a lot of really good things that you guys can use them for. Once I try to get rid of the negativity that is around the house that I feel a little heavy, as I call it, that is how I do it. And then what I do is I put in a stick, an incense stick. I like to burn the whole thing. What I do is I take one of these and I leave it burning in next to my stove, because if ever you guys have ever used this, you know that the light, they don't stay lit forever. They're within 2 seconds, they're gone. And I hate it because I have to go back and relight them. But the scent and what it does is really, really good. So I usually, what I do is I get the powder, I put the powder in there, and then I put this. And then I go through the same steps of everywhere from my house. You can go from the back to the front, or you can go from the front to the back. It doesn't really matter. To me, I don't find, unless I'm doing a particular abode that requires for me to do it from the back to the front, then I just go around. When I leave my kitchen, I go to the right, and then I just come back in. So that is how I like to do my things. Now, you guys know your spirits. You guys should know your spirits. You guys should know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So you guys always have to follow your intuition and what your egungs are telling you and what your ancestors are telling you. I'm telling you what works for me and what works in my household. Now, this should work for everybody, but everybody has their own little things. Everybody has, if your spirit comes and tells you to your incense, you're going to add, let's say you want to add rose petals, go for it. There's nothing wrong with you adding rose petals to your incense also. You can do that. You want to add a stick, a particular stick. You can go ahead and get that stick and you can add it on there. It depends on what you and your egungs and what your ancestors tells you guys. So this is what works for me. This is how I do it in my household, and whatever works for me, I'm going to tell you guys, because if it works for me, it has to work. So thank you to everybody that's saying hello in YouTube. Thank you. Please, if you can like the live, I would really appreciate it very much. Facebook, if you guys can share, I would really appreciate that very much. I will be doing lives in English. So when you guys see me here, you guys are going to see me doing lives in English. David is also going to be doing lives in English, because we definitely want to help the religious English speaking world, because when I am, my English is my first language. I always say it because my Spanish is really bad. So when I was trying to learn, when I got into the religion, there was barely anybody speaking English, and there was barely any books out there. There was barely anything at all whatsoever when it came down to me learning about my religion. So it was very hard. So I'm glad that I can at least help you guys with a little something. If I can help you with a little something that will help you guys in the cleaning before the end of 2025, and then 2026 comes into the picture, then it's, you know, it's very good. Okay, you guys. So important. You guys, we don't know who's going to come reigning next year. I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's asking for Obà David. Would you rather be... Thank you so much, Leonis. Bendiciones. You guys, we don't know who's going to be reigning next year. Everybody wants Obà David because you guys all think that Obà David is all peace and love and all of these beautiful little things that you guys think that Obà David is about. But yes, Obà David likes, you know, for peace. He likes to you know, tranquility, you know, all of that. But let's remember that Obà David has a couple of paths where he's a warrior, and he's very much for all of that. So I want whatever Orisha comes to help us for next year and to guide us, and I just want the Orisha to be able to give us bosses, because with those bosses are the ones that are going to save us, you guys. I always tell everybody, if you guys are going to get a reading, then if you're not going to do the above, then don't get a reading. That's one of the things that we have to do. And whenever they come out with the readings for the 2026, if you guys want to follow whichever one you want to follow, whether you follow the Ifa, whether you follow Cuba's, whether you follow Miami's, whether you follow Houston, California, Mexico, whichever one you want to follow, it's okay. That is totally up to you to follow whichever one you like the most. That's okay. That's perfect. And if you're going to do something, make sure that you guys do the bosses, because if you guys don't do the bosses, then what is the point? If you go get a reading, you're going to go to the doctor's going to tell you, okay, you have a headache. Okay, well, what you need to take is this. Let me give it to you, send it to the pharmacy, and you can go ahead and get it. What do? You're going to go to the pharmacy and you're going to get the medicine so that your headaches can go away. Now, that is like doing an ebo. You went to the doctor, you took care of the doctor told you this, and then you're doing it. Okay, so that's amazing. So it's the same thing when it comes to religion, you guys. It's common sense. If you guys are going to do a reading and you're not going to do the ebo, then don't get a reading. Because the point is the Orishas are going to be like, but I told you what the problem was. I told you what the solution was, but yet you never did it. And then you come back 1 month, 2 months, 3 months later, and then the solution is going to be even worse because the Orisha already told you before what the solution was and you never did anything with it. So I'm the kind of person, if I'm not going to follow through with it, I don't do it because it's not worth it. And believe me, the Orishas do get upset at you because they're telling you a path and you don't follow it, and then you come back with the same problem and or worse, and they're going to be like, but I already told you what to do and you didn't do it. So, you know, So we have to be careful with that, you guys. Always have to be careful with that. So whichever path you guys want to follow with whatever 2026 readings are, just make sure you guys do the aboses, you know, because if you guys, like I do, this is what I do, you guys. I always tell you guys is whatever works for me is what I tell you guys to do because it works for me. Now, whatever works for me may not work for you, but if you have Osha crowned, it's a very simple way of doing this, okay? I always follow the path that Obà David gives me. Why? Because I do not, let me see how I put this so I don't offend anybody. I do not follow any readings from anyone. I don't follow Cuba's. I don't follow both of from Cuba's. I don't follow the one from Mexico. I don't follow the one from the US. I don't follow the one from Miami. I don't follow the one from Houston. I don't follow any of them. Why? Because I am the person, perfect, Angie. I'm very happy for you, my love. May God bless you very much. I don't follow any of them. Why? Because the reading wasn't done to me personally. I did not hold the Abos in my hand. I was not personally present for them to do that reading as a worldwide reading type of thing that they're doing. And for so many years, I haven't felt any connection to what the reading was and what they were saying that was going to happen and all of this bunch of other stuff. So since if I don't feel a connection with it, then I'm not going to do it. That's just me. That's just me, and that's just how I see it. That's how I do it. But what I do is, since I have Osha crowned, I have the solution in my hands, which is my Obà David. So what do I do since my husband is an Obà? My husband brings down Obà David for me every single year. The beginning of the year, the first or the second or the third, I bring down Obà David. And Obà David is going to give me the sign for me to follow the rest of the year. And then on top of that, following the rest of the year, then Obà David is going to tell me what a boy I need to do and how my year is going to be. And of course, in my house, Egun comes through. So Egun will tell us exactly how our year is going to be and what we also have to do. So I have Obà David and I have Egun telling us what is going to be 2026 is going to be about. So that's how I do it in my house. I follow the both that Obà David gives me, and then I ask Obà David any questions of anything that I want to do within 2026 that I need for him to guide me. Then I ask Obà David those questions. And then once I'm done, I do the above that I have to do, and I put Obà David back where he belongs, and I continue with the rest of the year. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't go through other readings during the year, because I do. If I need one, I will have Elegua do a reading for me. Like I said, my husband is an Obà, so he gives me a reading through Obà David, through Elegua, I'm sorry. And that's fine. That's not a problem. But that's how I do it. And I believe that if you have Osha crowned, you should have your guardian angel dictate the path for you for the year. Why? Because who better than the Orisha that came to you, that you have crowned, that is with you 24/7, and that is going to give you, let me not say, the most accurate, for me, reading for the year, and it's going to tell you, hey, look, this is what you need to do. This is the path to follow. Go here, go there, and this is what we're going to have, and this is what's going to happen. So I think that's what works for me. And I think that honestly, if you, like I said, if you have Osha crowned and you have that option, go for it. And if you need to go to an Obà's house to bring down Obà David, if you have one close to you, yes, Obà's do travel. And if you want them to come to your house, of course, go for it. But that's how I do it in my house. And that's how I always tell everybody that comes into the picture that they should be able to do this if it's possible. If not, you can definitely get a reading in long distance. They are 99% effective. So that's the part that's important. But when you're going to do a reading with somebody, make sure that that person is a knowledgeable person that's going to be able to give you a reading for you, that's going to be able to help you with what you need. So that's important. So that's how I do it in my household by once January comes into the picture. Whenever we're going to go through all of these changes from an Orisha leaving and then an Orisha coming in 2026, we have no idea what the Odun is going to be. We have no idea what's going to happen. But for us to prepare ourselves for our house, for us to prepare ourselves for everything, you guys, we are the ones that have to do this, okay? It's not anybody else that needs to do this for us. We need to do it ourselves. What I'm telling you is stuff that you can get at the store. You can call the Botanica. We ship worldwide. We offer financing here at the store also. So if you guys want to buy stuff and you want to finance it, because I know Christmas just passed, you guys can finance it too. We have 5 financing options here at the store. So there's a lot of things that you guys can do to prepare yourself so that 2026, when it comes in, you're going to have a lot of getting rid of a lot of negativity and stuff that we just need to get rid of so we can welcome the new year in. Baths, you guys. Baths are freaking amazing, okay? I think that you guys should do baths like from now until 2026 comes in. If you guys can get cascarilla, okay, cocoa butter, and get white flowers, and you can get Florida water. You guys, there's people on Amazon that are selling bootleg Florida water because it's cheap. You guys can get it if you guys want the bootleg stuff. I don't like the bootleg stuff because for that, it's like a watered down Florida water. And I don't like that. I like the strong Florida water because, you know, that's the one that I like to use. So get Florida water, get your cascarilla, your efun, Go to the store and buy yourself some white flowers. They don't have to be roses. They can be carnations. You can get the cheapest flowers that you can. Put them in a bucket, you guys, and just put all of that stuff in there. And give yourself, like I said, if you can give yourself 7 days of showers is amazing. 21 days is perfect. Because what you're doing is you're getting rid of a lot of the negativity, and all of those things work very well together. So that's very, very important for you guys to try to do. If you guys can do those things, let's say at least 7 days from now until the 1st or the 2nd of January, try to do it. Not just for you. You can do it for your kids. You can do it for your parents. You can do it for your family. Whoever wants to, and whoever is religious in your house and wants to do it, then go for it. I would definitely suggest that you go and do these, because these are just paths that are just going to clean you. You're going to be cleansed. You're going to have all of those things. You just put that on, and honestly, when I take a shower like this, it just helps me just to like relax, and I feel so relaxed, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, this feels so good. And not only is it going to help you to relax, but it's also going to help you bring it's going to help you bring, good stuff for you when you come in. Okay. So those are things that we have to do, you guys. These are but they're simple stuff. They're simple stuff that you guys can do. This is not something that's going to require you for you to come out with hundreds of dollars for you to do. I mean, the flowers can cost you $5. The cascarilla, $5.99, $4.99 for cocoa butter. And it's simple stuff, you guys. It's very simple stuff. So you guys can do this. You guys can get all of these things and just prepare it. And once you finish with those flowers for the first 5 days or 7 days and they're all gone, get another pack of flowers, put the same stuff in there. Do that. It's always very good, you guys. And it's very good to have pescado maíz in your house. This is very important. Why you want to do this? Because the first things that I do is I like to do this to the 4 corners of my house. I go to the 4 corners of my house and I give it to a legua. Remember that a legua and Echu, they live on the 4 corners. So what do? I go there with my little bag. I walk to my little 4 corners. El legua, here you go. El legua, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Ahora, if I have el legua in my house, of course, I'm going to put that in there for them so he can have it. And I put a little bit on ogun and ochosi and I put it there for them. And then 3 days later, I go and I clean it and I throw it out. So those are all little bosses and little things that you guys can all do before the end of the year so that you guys can get stuff when they come around the 1st. We'll see how the year is going to come. Remember, also those readings are, like I said, they're not personally to you, but it is good that you follow something. It's good that you follow somebody that you can say, okay, this is what's being recommended. It's not going to hurt me to do it. In our religion, there's a saying in Spanish, el que hace bo, hace todo. Now, bosses will save you, okay? Sometimes I tell somebody, why did you wait until the house had already burned down for you to come and get a reading and or for you to come and get help when you could have gotten help at the beginning? And that at the beginning it would have been something maybe a little bit simpler and we would have found the solution a lot faster and better, and maybe we wouldn't have gotten to where we are right now because unfortunately you waited until it was almost impossible and you were already like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Don't wait always to the last minute, you guys. If you wait to the last minute, then things are going to get worse. And things are going to get more expensive because then there's more things for you to do. When sometimes you can just be simple enough and save with something, with a simple bowl that maybe even bosses that you can even do yourself. Those are the things that you can go ahead and do. But sometimes we just let stuff go. Oh no, because I think let me just wait. Maybe it's going to get better. And you know that it's not going to get better because in the back of your mind, you know that it's not going to get better. You know that there's something there. Okay. So unfortunately, we wait and we procrastinate. And believe me, it's not just you guys. It has happened to me too. Believe me, I'm not here saying, oh no, I'm perfect. I am far from it. And believe me, I have done the same things. But I have also learned that if you continue to procrastinate and you continue not to do things, then what happens is you're the one that's going to get messed up. And then it's going to be worse for you. So that's where we come in with the problems, you guys. So those are very simple stuff that I've given you guys to do for your house that you can do with your spiritual table, with your white table. You can do with your ancestors, you can do with your spirits, stuff that is just a spiritual cleansing that are simple for you guys to do. And believe me, they are very effective, you guys. If you guys want to learn about any of these things, David has schools where he's teaching all of these things, and he gives out so many voces when it comes down to all of his schools, because you don't just go in there just, and listen to him talk. You're going to interact, you're going to learn. And if you have a particular problem, you have the way of talking and speak with him, and for you to be able to get a solution to your problem also when you're there, because that's the reasons why you have the schools. You have the herb school, where in the herb school, you're going to learn how to do so many things. You're going to be able to help yourself, save yourself, because when you know about herbs, a lot of health issues that people may have, you can do them yourself. You can do your own things, and they'll tell you how to do them, and they'll teach you how to do them, so that you can go ahead and help yourself. So it's not a matter of you, oh no, you want to go ahead and do this, and no, you have to call me so I can get it done for you. No. We're teaching you. That is the point of a class or a school. We teach you so you can do things yourself, and that way you can save yourself, and you can save your family, your kids, your parents, your brothers and sisters, whoever, your godchildren. All of those things are for you to learn. Not only the herbs, he has the spiritism class. You guys, if we don't start with Egun, we don't have anything. And that's something that is important for us to have. If we don't cleanse ourselves spiritually, and we don't work with our spirits, our ancestors, then we're not doing anything at all whatsoever, because everything in this religion and everything in this world is spiritual. So you guys have to understand that if you guys don't have any communications with them, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, if you don't know how to do things, because we haven't been taught. I'm not the kind of person that believes that you were born with as a spiritist. No, I think that you need to learn, because there's a lot of things that you need to be taught. A guy wants to be a doctor or a lawyer, you still need to go to school. You still need to be taught. It's not something that you're going to go in there and you're just going to say, hey, here's your first heart. Go ahead and do open heart surgery because you wanted to be a cardiologist. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to be taught, because there's a lot of things that we need to be taught that need to be done correctly, and things that need to be done so that they can go ahead and help you. Because if not, if you don't know how to work with your spirits, then what is the point? We all need to learn how to work with our spirits. So that's important. So we all need to work on that. So that part is important. Number 2, let's talk about us that love our spirits of Ganga, our spirits of I love Nkisimalongo. I love Nkisimalongo. To me is the best. Any questions that you guys have, you can leave it at the live, and I will answer them once I'm done. I will reply to your message, and I will go ahead and send you guys a reply, okay? Just in case I don't see the comments, because the comments are coming pretty fast, and I'm not reading them because I don't want to lose track of what I'm trying to tell you guys. So it's important. So Maribel, you want to learn the Mayombe. There is a book at davidalaaggayú.com right now that I believe is still on pre-sale. If you go in there, it's the book of Mayombe. You're going to get the Mayombe in Spanish and English. You're going to get it in a video. You're going to get it in an audio. You're going to get the PDF book. It's not a PDF book. I'm sorry. It's an actual book that you're going to get in the email, in the mail. I'm sorry. You're going to get a book. You're going to get the PDF. You're going to get the audio, and you're going to get a video of David saying it, so that you guys know specifically how you do it. Okay. So go ahead and go into davidalaaggayú.com and get that book. The book is going to come out. It's going to be sent out on Friday of this week. So go ahead and go in there. And there's, if you don't learn the Mayombe with this one, I really, okay. Do you have Osha Crown, Maribel? Let's go into that one, and then I'm going to tell you. You can definitely go into schools of Caracol, of the Dilogun, if you want to learn. I always tell my women to always learn the how to learn about ceremonies, how to learn the prayers, how to learn about our religion from beginning to end, you guys, because I don't want to have people take advantage of you guys. And I know, because I've been a woman and I've been taken advantage of in this religion, unfortunately, too many times. So I always tell you guys to try to learn something. Okay, so since you do have Osha crowned, you can go into the Santeros class, which is the Osha Secret Ceremonies class. There you're going to learn everything that has to do with Osha ceremonies, previous ceremonies that are taught when you're doing specific orishas. They'll talk to you about Pinaldo, Obe. They'll teach you everything that you need to know. You can be an Yabo. The thing is that you can go ahead and learn from all of these classes. The only thing to remember, guys, as you're in a Yabo, you're not allowed to work with your orishas You're allowed to put an adibu after your bosses and all of that. So definitely, you guys, you need to understand that you can definitely go to school. You can definitely learn, because once you're done with your year in 7 days, yeah, you're able to have some knowledge. And it's always good to know. It's always good to know. I'm the type of person that likes to know the reasons why, and why. And that's one of the things that I love about David, that he will explain to me the reasons and where it comes from. And David will give me the explanation as to the craziest stuff. So he's very good. So if you guys want to learn, do so. Do so, because it's something that you may not need today, but you're going to have it for you to have later. And you never know what's going to happen in a year, 2 years, 5 or 10 years. And if you are going to be able to help your kids, your brothers, your sister, your mom, your dad, any family member that may have a problem, and here you have a solution, and you're going to do it yourself, and you're going to be able to get it done. So it's important that you guys learn. So there's a lot of classes. If you guys go into www.davidalagayu.com, go in there. The classes, like I always tell everybody, the classes are recorded on Zoom. David does them in Spanish. They are translated automatically into English. So you take them up into Zoom, you go into the library, you bring down the PDF, you bring down the recording, you save it into your hard drive or your phone or your computer, your tablet, wherever you want to save it to. You save them there, and then you can listen to them in the car. You can listen to them while you're sitting down in a doctor's office, or when you're sitting down waiting for getting your oil change in your car, stuff like that. You can listen to those classes, and you will keep them on your phone forever. It's not something that it doesn't get deleted from your end. On our end, we have so much information that we have to delete them at the end of the month, but you have the time to go ahead and go in there and bring it down and save it. So once you take it down and you save it for yourself, you're able to listen to it from there forever. So it's something that's going to be very good for anybody that wants to learn. Okay. So, el live es en inglés, por favor. Ya David le hizo una directa ayer en español acerca de los esbozos del fin de año. Ahora lo estoy haciendo yo en inglés para que las personas puedan entender. Las personas que hablan inglés puedan también ser parte de las directas. Ok. Muchísimas gracias. So you guys, it's very important that you guys always try to learn as much as you can. Okay. So let's talk about the part that I love the most, that people that follow me and that have seen me on lives and talking about it, you guys know that my favorite part is Enkisi Malongo. I love being Ayaya. I love, muchas gracias, Ariel. Muchas bendiciones. I love being a part of that world, that spiritual world, that you can do so many things with it. To me is my favorite, and I love it. And I will never get tired of working in Kisimalongo. And I'm going to do a live one of these nights when my kids let me, because I have a 2-month-old at home. And sometimes I get time and sometimes I don't get time, as most your mothers and fathers know. But in Kisimalongo, you guys also know that we have to, if we have, you know, our own engangas, if we have our own prendas, as we call it, if you have your own pots that you work with, and or your spiritual pots, whether they are spiritual or however way you have them, you know, they are also part of our lives, and we do have to take care of them also, you know, before the end of the year, so that we can have a prosperous new year. So you guys, we have to also take care of those spirits. We also have to do ceremonies for them. We also have to do things before the end of the year. It's important. In one of those things that I decided to do this year, that my husband is an amazing man and gave me the recipe to prepare, is the chamba. The chamba is something very strong. Okay, you guys, I'm going to tell you that is so strong, but it's something that we use very much when we work with our pots. Okay, when we work with our pots, this is what we call to wake up, which they don't need any awakening. But this is chamba. Chamba is what the ancestors used to drink. And this alone has approximately 52 ingredients. Many blessings, Kika. Les hablo inglés porque puedo, mi vida, y porque sé. Y porque estoy haciendo una directa en inglés, mi amor, ¿ok? Muchas bendiciones. You guys, when you have this is not for the weak of heart, and this is not for you guys just to go and drink it. Janet, you can call the Botanica at 832-421-7510. We do delivery, we do ship them out. Gracias, Kika. Tú sabes que siempre hay que buscando la lengua uno. We do ship for them, and you will receive them intact. They will not be broken or anything like that. So, and these are all ceremonial. These they take in total from the first day until the last day that we packaged it. It takes approximately 28 days because we do everything on how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to go. Especially because when we're working with Nkisi Malongo, you know that everything has to do with nature and everything has to be done the correct way. So since that's my part that I love the most, I wanted to make sure that it was done correctly and that everybody was going to be able to get this because it's hard to make. Number one, it's not only hard to make, but number two, a lot of people don't know how to make this. That's the reason why I always offer to my yayas. Janet, go ahead, mommy, call and we'll send that off to you, okay? I always tell to my yayas, listen, this is something that we definitely need. Why do we need it? Because it's a very important path. When we are here in Houston, they don't have fire water here in Houston. I found out. I get mine from Miami because I refuse to change myself now to Captain Morgan's rum. I'm used to having my fire water. I've always had fire water. My eggs always had fire water and my pots have always had fire water. So I will not give them Captain Rum America, or whatever it is that you can get at the liquor store here. If I am able to get it, yes, I'm going to get it. And it's an extra expense for me because I have to go to Miami. Usually I have somebody try to, somebody that is coming from Miami. When I order merchandise, I buy it and then they bring it to me. And I bring them by the case. I get 10 cases of it. Bendiciones desde España. Muchas gracias. Buenas bendiciones, Lele. Liana. So to me, it's like, I have to have it. Now, to the people that it's impossible for you to get them because there's no way around you where you can get it, then yes, of course you can use the coconut, the rum that they have wherever you can find it in a liquor store. It's fine. That's I can understand that there's nothing else for you to give them and that this is what you have. And they'll understand that. Fire water es el aguardiente. That's what, eso es así, como tú vives en Miami, eso lo tienes en todos los licores. No, chamba es chamba y aguardiente es aguardiente, Janet. So, that's the part that I want for you guys to understand. We also need to be able to do this. Why? Because when you give, and this is only to be given if you are going to use this. You're only allowed to use like this much of it, okay? You need to dip your finger. Janet, you're the ones to get this, okay? You put your finger in it and you... and see, because this is very, very strong. Okay, because if I'm going to make something, I'm not going to make this. Sí, eso lo vas a necesitar, Janet. Cuando tú llamas a la botánica, they're going to tell you how to incorporate that into this, okay? So you're going to get this in a glass bottle. Okay, this is going to last you forever. So you can always refill and you can always get the recipe because the recipe is also at davidalagayu.com. You can go ahead and go in there and refill it and make it yourself. Remember, we're teaching you guys to feed yourself. I don't want you to come to me every single time you want to eat something for you to tell me, hey, Reina, can you please give me, the chamba? No. Hey, this is the recipe. Go ahead and make it yourself. Now, if you're too busy, yes, Janet is very strong. Very. If you're too busy and you can't or you cannot find the ingredients, and like I said, it has a lot of stuff in there. It's not something that with 3 things you're done. No. It has a lot of stuff, okay? So just so that you know that it is something that has over 40, 50 ingredients in there that we have to put in there. And everything is one at a time. Everything is a step. So it's not just throw everything in there and put it in a bottle and it's ready to sell. It doesn't work like that. It has ceremonies. Que así sea, Jochio Ortiz. So those are the things that are important, okay? So you guys have to always make sure that you do it right because you don't want to cut any steps. So in this bottle that you're getting a whole lot of stuff. It is expensive to put it together because it requires a lot of stuff, okay? But it's worth it. To me, it's worth it because they give me so much that it's nothing. It's nothing. So yes, Janet, it is very complicated to make. It is time consuming and it has a lot of ingredients. So for those people that do not have the ingredients, that cannot get it and they want to buy it, call the store, 832-421-7510, and we can ship it to you. You're going to have And then you can use it, you know, as much as you want, little by little, or as much of it as you want. You can buy as many as you want. We have about 30 here in the store right now, and I have another more coming because we sold about 175 of them already, and we just started. So, and there's a process for them to be made, you know, and then they have to go through that process. And once the process is made, then we can go ahead and start shipping them out for the people that have ordered them through shipping. And the Botanica website is, excuse me?
Why did you do TikTok?
I don't like TikTok, you know me. www.botanicaorishaade.com. You can also go in there, and the website is also running, you guys. You can go into the website and you can purchase whatever you like on the website. And then once you have the website, dame las paticas esas. Dame acá. Mira lo que yo estoy mirando y me estoy riendo aquí. Ay, mi gorda bella. Ay, mi gorda bella. Ay, mi gorda bella. She's heavy. She's heavy. So, you guys, if you guys want to go into the website of the store, and you guys can go into davidalagayu.com, you can definitely go in there and get whatever you guys want. You guys can call the store if you have an issue, if you have a question. We try to answer the phone as much as we can. The phone number to the store is 832-421-7510. You can call, you can send a WhatsApp, and we will respond to you as soon as we get a chance. Sí, está grandecita ya, muy grandecita está. Okay, so you guys, we also take care of our pots I'm going to do a live. I want to see if I can do a live tonight. It's cold. It's cold in Houston. It's 30 degrees in Houston right now. I'm trying to think if I can do a live tonight, because I've been dying to do a live from the Palo room. I've been dying to do a live from there. Muchas gracias, Yahena. Muchas gracias, mi vida. Muchas bendiciones para ti también y tu familia. I'm trying to do a live from there because, like I said, you guys, that's the part that I love the most, and I really want to do something in there. Muchísimas gracias. Muchas gracias, Waleska. Yes, she's very healthy, Christina. She's gained so much weight, you have no idea, for real. From the 4 pounds, 3 ounces that she was to the way that she is right now, it's a lot. It's a lot. We're very blessed. Yep, 33 degrees, and it's very windy, so it feels even colder because it's yeah. Florida doesn't know these types of weather, so okay, you guys. So I showed you guys how to take care of yourself. Maribel, I'm gonna be here doing lives. David is also doing lives in English, so we're gonna do this. I need your help just to tell me what topics you guys want me to touch when it comes down to doing lives. Okay, so that is definitely that I need your help with. So whatever questions you guys have, whatever topics you guys want me to touch, put them down in the live and definitely go from there. Dice Olo Batala, bendiciones, can one blow chamba to a spiritual pot? That's what it's there for. That's what it's for. Yes, you can. What is that 855 number? Hi, Tanya. Many blessings. David, what is that phone number you just posted there? Can you tell me what that is, please? So let's do this, you guys. I gave you eggums. I gave you guys spiritual stuff to do. Honestly, I don't know the prices, you guys. I'm so sorry. I know I'm a horrible person because it's my store, but I do not know the prices of stuff. It's Samsung's number. David, you got to stop. So please, call, send a WhatsApp, go into the website. It should be there. If you go into, Jackie, we have a book on head rogations. Okay, you want to learn how to do head rogations? We have, if you want the book in English, it's called Obà Oriaté English version, and we have Obà Oriaté in Spanish, and it comes with a video of how to do it. It's a book that tells you everything step by step. And number 2, once you go through all of that, you can get that book on davidalagayu.com, and that book is going to teach you. And then on top of it, David is doing a head rogation to me, so you're going to know exactly where everything goes, how it's done, and it teaches you all that. So it's a very good book. You can definitely go into davidalagayu.com and you can go ahead and buy it right now. I think there's still a 30% discount for Christmas. Code is David. So believe me when I tell you that, it's a very good book. And also, if you want to learn, the schools are there. Maribel, where can we call to get prices and guidance on what classes to sign up? Maribel, if you want to go into the www.davidalagayu.com, all of the classes have a description of what they're there. We also have a phone number for David Alá Aggayú, which is a 305-439-4467. You can call them and you can tell them that you want to be able to find out which is the best school for you to sign up for, and you can definitely do that. Yes, Baby Lost, we have books of English in Palo. They are on the website. They all say, usually at the beginning it says English version, okay? So we do have books that are coming, and there's more books that are coming out in English. We're working on those as much as we can, so we can go ahead and provide them for you guys that are requesting books in English to help you. So definitely we do have books in English when it comes down to NKC also. Working Mamachola and Lucero specifically. I love that. Yes. Maribel, to get the prendas, the cost of receiving a spiritual pot and or a pot period with David, you would call the phone number for David's office, which is 305-439-4467. If you guys have any questions on receiving any ceremonies, any pots, any orishas, anything that has to do religious wise, and even questions about the schools or anything, any questions you guys have about David Alá Aggayú, he has a particular phone number where people are answering his phone, and they will be able to answer any questions that you can have with them. Once again, the phone number is 305. Let me see if I can write it down here. Kika, can you please do me a favor, Mama, and put the phone number for them here so they can go ahead and put it. It's 305. Thank you, David. 439-4467. Copy and paste that phone number, and you guys can just go ahead and call the store, call David's office, and they will be able to answer your questions for you. You tell them which pot it is that you're looking for, because remember, every single pot is different because of the spirituality. So it is different. And remember, you guys, we're not going to give you a pot full of sticks and dirt, okay? You're going to get a pot with ceremonies, okay? Goods the ceremonies correctly, and you're not getting a pot in 3 days, and you're not getting it in 7 days, okay? You're going to get your pot the correct way, the way that is correctly done. We don't do stuff like it has been done to me before, okay? Give me 1 second, you guys. So those are the things that we all have to make sure that a cauldron. Yeah, I like to call it spiritual pot instead of a cauldron. But those are the things that thank you, Kika. We appreciate you very much. So you guys, that's the important things. So leave me messages under the live, and I will come back and I will reply to your messages, and I will try to help you as much as I can. Once again, if you guys really want to learn about a lot of things, like I said, the schools, the Palo Mayombe, you guys, I know that I have a couple of people in here that are talking about Palo Mayombe in English. You guys, the classes are offered in English, okay? David offers the Nkisi Malongo schools where you can learn everything, even how to make the chamba yourself. You know how to do that. You can know how to make your own pots, how to talk to your spirits, how to have that connection with those spirits in the pots. How do you pick up a dark spirit? How to clean yourself, how to clean your family, how to do a lot of things, you guys. There's so many things that we can learn to do when it comes down to the Nkisi Malongo. It's not just, waiting for somebody, bringing somebody over from that that is a good spiritist, and they come to your house and they bring their own eggs down and they clean you, and you got to prepare for all of this, and then you pay them. Let's try to do it ourselves. Let's learn so that we can do it ourselves, you guys. If we can learn to do it ourselves, it's going to be amazing, because who better than you and your own spirits to come through and clean your house? They're going to know. They know better than anybody else. They know better than anybody that's coming to your house that you're bringing, because we don't have the knowledge. We have no idea how to do any of that. We know that something is negative is in the house. We know that something is not right. We know that there's something that needs to be fixed. And trying to find the correct person that comes to your house and does it. I know, Maribel, I like it too. That's the part that you really have to think and say, okay, if I can learn so that when somebody comes and does it for me, I know that they're doing it right and I'm paying my money and I'm getting my money's worth, then I check. That's the way that I like to do it. I want to be able to learn so that I know that when I bring somebody over to my house, I'm going to ask them these questions. Okay, you're going to come to my house, but you're going to do this, right? And for this, you're going to need this and this and this. Okay, then all of that. All of that. So there's a lot of things that you need to learn for you to be able to not to have your money stolen, and not for you to be somebody to say, oh yeah, I came in and I picked up this, and then 2 days later you're like, I'm worse than I was 2 days ago when you supposedly came and pick up something in my house. So what? So those are all little things that I want for you guys to learn, and we're teaching you how to feed. I'm teaching you how to fish. I don't want to take you to the lake. I want to be able to take you, and I want you to be able to put that rod in there, and I want you to bring out a fish so that you know how to do it. Okay, and that's what David is trying to do with his schools, you guys. You have, once again, we have the English, we have Nkisi-Malongo, we have Spiritism, we have the herbs, which is a very important school, you guys, for real. We have the Aleyos, we have the Orishas chants and prayers and songs, we have the Dilogun, and we have the Aleyos Orishas classes, you guys. If you are already have Osha crowned and you want to learn, we have all of those schools are good for you. There's just a couple of schools that when you're going to go in there, we will question if you have the ceremonies to be in them, okay? And you will get a phone call, and if you don't, then we'll refund you your money, and you can go ahead and go into any other school that you wanted to. They told me I had to donate my pot to the house. I am no longer there, and they kept my pot. These are the things that raise my blood pressure. Why are people so bad? This is the thing that upsets me the most. You see, these are things that should never be happen. Those are things that you should never be happen. It's sad. It's sad that they did that, because a pot is particular to yourself. When you do a pot, you don't do a pot for a household. It's a pot for the person, because we use the person's name, date of birth. If you have to be scratched, you have to have some type of ceremony, you have to have a name, because hey, you guys, when you guys go into Nkisi-Malongo, you know that you all have a name, right? When you get scratched in Nkisi-Malongo, you have a name. Okay? So that name is very important, that we all have to learn. So you guys, when you're gonna go and do a pot, that name that they gave you when they did your scratching, that name goes in there too. Your name, your original name, and date of birth, because a lot of people use stage names. They use, that's what I call them. They like to use a stage name, and they get a reading and they don't even give you your real name. I'm like, excuse me, you guys, when you do a reading, you need to give your real name. We don't care, okay? Because I don't care what your real name is. It's like, but if you're gonna do a reading, and if you're gonna do something spiritual, if you're gonna do a religious ceremony, you gotta give them your real name. So it's important that whenever you guys are gonna get a pot and it's yours, you don't give that pot to anybody. You go to my house, David does your spiritual pot. He's automatically your godfather, your tata Nkisi-Malongo, and when it comes down to Palo. But let's say you live in another, I've had people come from parts of the world to get stuff from David, and that's perfectly fine. But we're not going to call you and tell you, hey, that pot belongs to the family. You got to bring that back. Excuse me? No. That does not work like that, you guys. That does not work like that. And I'm sorry that you were told that. But no, there's no such thing. The pots are particular to you, to your spirits, to you, particularly as the person. That does not belong to anybody else. And whoever comes into your house to tell you that they need to take it, or they need to get rid of, or you need to get rid of it because it needs something and it wasn't done correctly, unless your spirits comes down and tells you, hey, this was not done correctly, okay. And number two, you just got to make sure you get it from somebody that has knowledge, you guys, because there's so many people out there that say that they know and they don't know a crap. And that's the part that's horrible, because you need to make sure that you go through the correct ceremonies. Like I said, you cannot go and receive a pot in 3 days or 7 days. It's impossible. That's a lie. That's not true. Whether it's spiritual or if it needs to have whatever it needs to have inside, it still needs to go through ceremonies, you guys. A spiritual pot still goes through ceremonies the same way that they do for any other pot, except one thing that goes in it, and that it has other types of ceremonies that only the people that have it will know. So please study, ask questions. I know, saying Google. I know that is so horrible. So please, you guys, it's your particular, it's to you, it's not to anybody else. It's you're the one that has that pot, and it's yours. Go into davidalagayu.com, you guys, and go into the school of Nkisimalongo and learn. If you have a spiritual pot, or you need to get a spiritual pot, and you're scratched, you're ayaya, you're engayo, you want to, and you're interested in the religion, and you want to do it, learn. It's not just taking a pot home and sitting in your backyard and just leaving it there for months and years, and you go back there every once in a blue moon and light a candle and put a little bit of, malafo in there, and you're done. And you light up a puro, and you're like, okay, here you go, that's it. No, that's not how it works, you guys. That's not how it works. If you're going to have something like that, you're going to make the commitment to have something like that. You're going to make the expense of having something like that, because when you do one correctly, it's going to work. But if you don't do it correctly, it's just a waste of your time and money. And I don't like to give away my money. I don't like to throw it away either. I have in the past with spiritual people that have done things for me, and then I have found out that has been trash. But it is what it is. I'm sure that everybody has been through something like that. But if you guys are gonna do it right. Do it right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start talking about something else. Okay, let's do baths, you guys. Let's do some baths that you guys can take for you, for your family, because now in Houston, there isn't one tree that's going to be alive within the next 2 to 3 weeks. They're all going to go down because, unfortunately, it's getting cold. Like I said, it was 35 degrees outside and very windy, so it feels like in the 20s. So, unfortunately, we don't have any herbs. We won't have any herbs. And then we have to get them from other places in Miami. Sometimes, yes. I agree, Maribel. I love it. Yes, Margie, you can also do that. David will do that for you, and David will go into your Rita book and expand it too. Yes, we have Umiero, and we do have baths for the house. I'm going to give some baths now, so that we can go ahead and do some for your house, for your businesses, and do them for us, because we all need it. I mean, we have to be perfect. We have to be good. Okay, so we continue. You guys, you have a business. Sometimes in my business, I have a lot of people that come in with a lot of problems, a lot of issues. That's what you're here for. That's one of the reasons why people come to my stores, because they need to find ways of being able to. Christina, I will look at the Ewe book and I will answer your question in 2 minutes if you give me a second, okay? We live and learn, sadly, but yes. When we have a business like mine, people come into the store and they want to find a solution to their problems. And I'm the kind of person that I could be making a lot more money, but I refuse, when somebody comes into my store, for me to bullshit. I refuse to do that. I refuse to sell you something that I don't believe in my heart that is good. I have a huge store and I have a lot of merchandise, and I will continue to make it bigger, which we're in the works of making it bigger within the next couple of months. But I refuse to sell you something that I do not believe in my heart that is going to work for you. And if that means that I'm not going to make $10, $20, $50, $100 or $1,000, then I will lose it gladly, because I refuse to do that. When you come into my store and you ask me for something, I'm going to give you something that's going to work. If it's not going to work, then I'm not going to give it to you, because I've had people coming in here and they're like, oh, I need a bath, or I need something because, I've had an accident. I've lost my job. I feel like I have something next to me. I'm like, listen. I am very honest. And I said, listen, I can sell you half of the stuff that I have in my store, because I can give you baths. I can tell you stuff to clean your house, your car, I can do all of that. but the problem is not going to be resolved. And if you don't want to resolve the problems, then I can give you a temporary solution, which is going to be working maybe for 3 to 7 days. That's as far as it's going to go. Then you're going to go back to being the same thing, because I'm extremely honest. Then that's how I do it. And sometimes people want to go ahead and they want to do the simple for the next 3 to 7 days. And I said, okay, this is only going to be for that time. And when you come back, it's only going to continue to get worse. So you need to do either a reading, or you need to pick up whatever that spirit that you have around you, because if you don't take care of that spirit, it's always, this is only going to get worse. So they usually come back a week later and they're like, oh my God, this is horrible. I can't believe this. I feel horrible. And I'm like, because I told you that what you need is something else. I'm not going to continue to sell you stuff, that it's not going to help you. I mean, you can buy incense. Yes, that's always going to come in handy. You can go ahead and do so many other things and it's perfect. But it's not going to help you. It's not going to take care of the root of the problem. And if you're not going to take care of the root of the problem, then stop, don't waste money, because you're not taking care of the problem. You're only causing a temporary solution to it, but it's not going to help you. So that's the part that, I feel bad, because I want you to come into my store and ask a question, and I want you to be able to get out a solution. People come in here and they see David, they see David, and because they know that David has a solution. They know that David is going to give them the right information. Carrie, the phone number is 305-439-4467. I can't comment on my Facebook Live. So that's the phone number to the office. So you can go ahead and give us a call, send a WhatsApp, and we will reply to you. So let's do this, you guys. Let's take some baths. When you have a business and you guys want to, what I do in my store every morning that I come in, that's why I keep telling you guys that you guys do not know how important this is, okay? This is extremely important. I burn one of those every single day in my store. When I come into my store in the morning, I light up my incense. Same to you, Cari. Bendiciones, mi amor. I light up my incense. I put my cinnamon powder on it. I go out to my front door and I put it outside in my incense burner, and I leave it outside for a little bit, make sure that I get all of that, and then I come back inside and I clean my whole entire store with it, because number one is it also smells good, so it gives you, it's like, wow, qué rico. So I like it. But I do that at least once or twice a day. But then when I have somebody that comes into the store that I know that the person is really, really bad, and that it's like, okay, the negativity, I have to do something. That's why I have omieros here at the Botanica that my husband makes. And then I clean the whole entire store from the front to the back. And I clean it all. Some other times, what I have done, you guys, for bosses, for businesses, if you guys have a business, get a coconut. Go to the store and buy yourself a coconut. Not the green ones, okay? You gotta get the brown ones. You're gonna get a fun, which is cascarilla. You're gonna get a fun, and you're gonna paint that whole entire coconut with a fun, completely. And that coconut, you're gonna go from the back to the front of the store. Every single corner, you guys, you're gonna kick it with your foot. Okay, and you're gonna go back and forth all around the corners, under the desks, all around the little areas. You're gonna go through each and every aisle of your store, and you're gonna continue to kick that coconut, and you're gonna take it all the way outside of the door. Once you're outside of the door, you're gonna slam that coconut onto the floor, and you're gonna make sure that it bursts. Okay, then you're gonna pick up those pieces of coconut and you're gonna throw them in the trash. That is one of the best things that you can do to clean. I also do that to clean my house. So believe me, it is a very good cleaning for you to do, but I do it more on my business than I do at home. But if you want to do it to your house, more than free to do so. It's a spiritual cleaning. It's not something that you're going to do with a lot of other stuff. So you can also put into it perfume. You can put Florida water. It doesn't matter, Maribel. I'm not too picky about it. It has to be the right or the left foot. I usually do it with my right foot, being honest, but if it works for you on the left, go for it. And it works, it's amazing. So do that in your house. You can do it, and you can do it in your business. You can put a little bit of Florida water, and that will help you a lot also when you do that. If you guys want Florida water, we do have it here at the store. We do ship it to wherever you guys are. If you guys want every single recipe of everything that I'm giving to you guys, we do have them here in the store, and we do ship. And we do have the website running, you guys, which is www.botanicaorishaadet.com. Those are the store has everything that you guys can think of, and whatever we don't have and you need it, just let us know. More than likely we'll find it for you. So we have dry herbs. We have a lot of dry herbs here in the store because, like I said, here in Houston, a lot of the stuff is gone and we can't anymore. So we need to have them because we still need to do our bosses, we still need to do cleanings, and we still need to do baths. Now, once because they're dry does not mean that they have lost. What we need fresh herbs for is when we are doing an Orisha is being born, you're doing a religious ceremony, that you're using elements of nature for that. My godfather has me call him and tell him how many whites and browns after I crack it. The thing is that if this is the thing though, when you're reading the coconut, once you take it completely, or you taking the outside of the coconut off, baby Los, because I want you to get the whole brown coconut and just that, and then it usually does. It all depends on, I understand what the reasons why he's telling you that, but when you're doing a spiritual cleaning, usually there's no need for you to do that, because what you're doing is just getting rid of negativity. I can understand that if he wants to make sure that it's Eveife or Ghana, whatever ways of him reading into it, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, definitely. But like I said, it should be a spiritual cleaning, and there's no need for you to go through that step. But if you're doing it with an Orisha, because in a bowl that somebody told you, then yes, that would be one of the reasons why you will tell him, if how many blacks you have and how many whites you have. So that's a way, but that will be like in a specific bowl that I'm saying to my godchild to do, and I need him to call me and tell me what it is at the end, because I need to know what the coconut is telling you after the fact. But when you do something spiritual, like I was saying, there is no need to worry about the end of that. So we have Vencedor. We have Alamo. How many times have people not looked for Alamo to do a bath because you need it for something and there's no way to get it? Rompesaragüey. All of these herbs are extremely good herbs, you guys. One of the most important ones, Espantamuerto. You guys, this types of herbs is very hard to find to be able to do a very good bath. When you prepare, like to get rid of, if you feel that you have a bad spirit around you, you feel that you have something that's negative around you and that you just want to get rid of it because, oh my God, I can't, there's something there. If you're spiritual, you're going to feel that there's something there that is not supposed to be there. So when you feel it and you're like, okay, maybe the first time around, okay, maybe there's whatever. I'm going to try around the second time around. Okay. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Okay, well, you know what? A third time around, be like, wait, there's something wrong here. There's an extra person that should not be around that I need to get rid of. You guys, Espantamuerto. This is one of the herbs that you use to get rid of that, because you do a bath with it. Remember, you guys, these are things that I'm telling you without you guys getting a reading, okay? Now, if you guys get a reading by your madrina, your padrino, whoever it is, and they tell you something different, then yes, follow what their instructions are. But this is something that you can do without getting a reading, and these are things that you can do so that you can help yourself, so that you can go ahead and help your house, your family if you need it. Can you get me the book of Ewe number 2? So those are things that are important, okay? You take this and you boil it into a pot. You let that cool down. You put it in yourself, and you put it into I get a Home Depot bucket. I don't go into, too particulars as to where you put it in there. You put it into a Home Depot bucket because they last forever. Unless you slam those things on the floor, they're not going to break in 2 seconds. So they're going to last you a while. And then you just put it in there. You can put in there cascarilla. You can put in there perfume. You can put in there Florida water. You can put a fum. You can put all of those things, or just take a shower for 3 days with just the plain water. And that is going to be so amazing. And it's going to start to feel good, you guys. Remember, if you guys, the important part here is the spirituality of things, okay? And if we take care of our spirits, and if we take care of everything that we need to take care of, a lot of things should not come and should not make a stay around us, because our own things that we have will repel any negativity that comes around. They're going to be like, we can't go there, we cannot mess there, because you know what, they're not going to let us mess around, because we are so in connection with our spiritual side that whenever something negative is going to come our way, they're going to think about it twice. Okay, I'm not saying this stuff doesn't get near us, it does, but they think about it twice because they know that whenever I have had anything that needs to be taken care of, when I go back into my Brenda room, good luck to you, sweetheart, because now you're going to be working for me. Your choice. You decided to come and play. Now you gotta take control now of what's going to happen when you started to play, because it's not going to happen, not with me. Caitlin, give me 1 second, you guys. Let me get the book, because I know I had a question about the Ewe book, and I need to answer that. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. I think that Christina was asking me a question about an herb that she was asking me about a book that we have. Okay, this is the Ewe book 1 and 2. When you open the Ewe book, it does tell you the picture of the herb that we're talking about, and it does tell you what it is, and it tells you how to use it for an ebo, and it tells you what the definition of it is and where you can use it. If you can use it in the bóveda, if you can use it in the prenda, if you can use it with orishas. So I hope that I answered your question, Christina. So you guys, there's a lot of baths that you guys can do, and especially when it comes down to the kids, you guys doing the baths for the kids that are the white flowers with the Florida water, with the cascarilla, the efun. It's very good for kids, okay? Don't be shy to not give your kids a shower with that. And let's say, oh, the mother or the father doesn't believe in any of that, so I have to make it. So you get the flowers, you get them, you let them get all of the juice, the water from the petals of the flowers. You're gonna get it, and you're just gonna get it and make it like a pudding. That's how much you're going to use it. You're going to get it into the water. You're going to get all of those out of there. And if you need to give it to a child that the parents or the father, the mother, or whoever does not believe, take all of that stuff out, and you just give them a regular shower with that. You put a lot of water from once you have it all prepared, that you've done, you've taken out the most that you can from the flowers, the most that you can from putting in together with the cascarilla, with the efun and the perfume, and you mix it all together, and you make sure that it's there for like 3 to 4 hours. Then you make sure you put nice warm water in it, and you give it to your kids from head to toe, man. That will help the kids a lot also. Okay. Hi, Alex. Blessings to you, mijo. I haven't seen you in a while. So those are important things also that we can do to kids. That is not something that's required anything out of the ordinary. It's just perfume that smells good. You guys can do that, okay? So that's important. What else was I going to talk about? We have the baths. You guys, abre camino. This is road opener. This is very important for businesses, you guys. You can just go ahead and warm this up, put it in there, put some cinnamon sticks. I put a little bit of powder in it too, so I don't know. You can never have too much. It's just how I see it. Put that in there. You put it into the pot, let it roast for a couple of hours, leave it all there. Then once you have it there, it's going to be perfect. It's going to get better. It's going to get all of those juices flowing, and do it into your business. Clean from the back to the front and clean it. And then what I do is I throw the bucket in front of my doors of my business. That is one of the things that I love to do, because you're just cleaning. And once you clean either the store or your house, to me, it's like, you feel the difference. And when you do things like this, they make a big difference, you guys. And those are just simple stuff that we're using. I'm not requiring you to go get a reading. I'm not requiring you to spend $300, $400, $500. This is stuff that you can get with $25, $30, $40. And these are stuff that you can do, because the stuff most of us should have it in our house. Because if you are following this live, it's because you're religious, or you're interested in being religious. And not everything in this religion is thousands of dollars. And like I said, if you guys would do esposas, these are simple esposas. David gives away, if you guys follow his YouTube, David gives away thousands of esposas a year, thousands of esposas. We have the book, The Secret of Esposas, in English. You guys, we have so many esposas you guys can do. And even if they're not in English, Google Translate, you guys. Google Translate. If we're in this religion, we're going to figure it out. And it's just stuff that you can do yourself. Because it's not always going to spend, 500, 700, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3, 5 on, doing something when somebody else is telling you to do it. One second, please. So to me, that's important that you guys go ahead and do your own stuff. Learn, you guys. Learn. If you guys learn how to do your own esposas, you guys are going to be able to save yourself some money. There are some things that we cannot do ourselves. Okay. I am going to tell you that there are certain things, because we let things go to such an extent that we do not have a way of, we can't fix what could have been fixed at the beginning because of lack of knowledge, and or because we didn't want to, and or we thought things were going to get better, and or because we just didn't feel like it. Okay, so now we have a problem, and that problem to be fixed, unfortunately, sometimes it takes a little bit of money. But if you can take care of it yourself, and you can do things on yourself, and if you can do things that it's not going to be super expensive, go for it, you guys. Go for it. Irene. Reina, congratulations on your new baby. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year 2026. Looking great. My God, Daddy, 27 years crowned, and the Orishas bless you. Thank you so much, my love. Same to you and your family, Mimo. Thank you very much. My babies are growing and getting big. Many blessings. The books are awesome and best. Thank you, Alex. You have been here since the beginning, so believe me, we know. It's, you guys, it's just something that if we don't, I have the way of seeing, if we are able to help ourselves, and if we are able to do things the way that we need to do them, and we're able to take care of ourselves, then we're learning. We have a lot of ways of doing things ourselves, but we just don't do it, So those are the things that are important, that we need to make sure that we take care of ourselves, that we take care of everything that needs to be taken care of by ourselves. So when we cannot take care of ourselves, then we need to find somebody that has knowledge, and for us to be able to say, okay, I'm going to go to this person because this person apparently has knowledge, and it's going to help with my problem. So let's do that, you guys. 2026 is coming. Same to you, Tanisha. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm going to try to do as many lives as I can. Can you take care of the people that are at my gate? Let Kyle know that he needs to open the gate. Okay. You guys need to try. In 2026, all of the schools are starting fresh again in www.davidalagayu.com, you guys. Try to get as much knowledge as you can. Let's make 2026, if you guys can learn one thing, okay? One thing of anything that you guys can learn, one single ebo, that's going to help you in 2026 out of one of your classes, that alone is going to save you so much money, because it's not an ebo that you're going to do once in your life. It's going to be an ebo that you can use every single time. Whenever you need to reuse it, as long as it's a good ebo, you continue to use it, and it's going to help you. You have already saved yourself. God knows how much they charge you for an ebo. I don't know. But if you are able to do so, amazing. Learn. You have somebody that's willing to teach. When I did OSHA 23 years ago, I had nobody that wanted to teach. Bendiciones, Healy. I was like, how am I supposed to know anything about religion? My godparents were in Cuba, so I couldn't go to Cuba every weekend and to try to learn anything. So it was hard for me to learn. So I decided that I wasn't going to do anything. Padrino says that those that do esposas are able to save themselves. That is the point. Yes, Kika. Ache. That is the point. The point is that we want you guys to learn so you guys can take care of yourselves. You guys can help yourselves. Like I said, there are certain esposas that you cannot do to yourself, but there's so many other things that you can. So try to do it. Try to do it so you guys can do something for yourselves. Go into the schools, you guys. If you learn one thing in that school, it's going to help you. You know, so those are the things that are important that you guys need to learn. Those are the things that you need to learn. And that's the part that we want for you guys to learn how to use it. If you guys learn how to use the voices that are there, it's going to help you. It's going to help you 100%. If it's going to help you, your family, it's going to help your kids, it's going to help your mom, your dad, it's going to help somebody. That's amazing. How can I translate my Ita book into English? The Orishas gave me many a book to do. Okay, the best way to do it, lucky you that you have David, who speaks both Spanish, English, well, 3, and Yoruba. So he's able to translate your book for you from Spanish to English, and he will also be able to expand your Ita. So he can definitely help you if you want to. Go ahead, Margie, and send. Yes. Send a message to the David Alá Aggayú phone, which is the 305-439-4467. You can go ahead and send a message there that you would like to expand your Ita, and then tell them how many Orishas would you like to expand, and they'll send you a price for what it would be. Okay, and then he can also do it for you in English because he speaks English and he's able to write it in English also, which is a big help, because when I was doing my Ita 20 years ago, I'm like, I did not understand half of the things that Obà was saying to me. I was like, oh my God, what is this? My madrina kept saying, remember, this is all going to be your past, your present, and your future. So it's going to be hard, for you to understand all of this. But little by little, you'll get it. And when I came in to do my Osha, I never had one thing from I had tried to get my hand of Ifa, and unfortunately, the person that gave me the hand of Ifa was not a Babalao. So that went downhill from there. So all of those things happen. It is what it is. But you guys have books that are out there. And the thing that I like about David is that he doesn't want you to go by what he says only. He gives you the references. If you get into David's books, okay, this is the Ewe book that he just put out. And this Ewe book, he talks about using herbs from everywhere. Let me see. Well, this one doesn't have a reference because this one is, wow. This is all of his doing, so he didn't get a reference on this. Okay. There's so much in these books that you guys, if you guys could, the books are very, very good. Okay, everybody, I've been on live for a very long time. I want to make sure that you guys get as much information as you can from these. I'm going to come back tomorrow to do a couple more bosses and to teach you a little bit more that you guys can do with your spiritual vault and your white table and with the ancestors, so that we can go ahead and work with those. Okay, so leave me your messages under YouTube or Facebook. You can leave me a message, a comment under it, and I will go ahead and reply to you guys, and we can definitely go from here. Okay, and whenever you guys see me on a live, 99.9% of the times it's going to be in English. David is also doing lives in English. He's done a couple from last week that you guys can go back. Love you guys too, mi vida. Thank you, Kika. Many blessings to you, Mama, and your family. So it's definitely going to help you guys. Okay, so many blessings. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you very much. Thank you so much, for real. And if you guys have any questions that I can answer, as long as they're not secrets, I will keep them there. But if you guys, by any chance you ask a question that requires, secrets, by secrets, I mean that if you are asking me an OSHA question and it requires for me to tell you something that is a secret, not going to happen. I delete the message immediately or the question, because there are certain things that should not be discussed, especially not in our life. And I don't know if you have ceremonies done, so I refuse to do that. So as long as there's nothing that I need to divulge, anything that is a secret on our end from any kind, not just OSHA, but also in Kisimalongo or whatever questions you have, then we will definitely go ahead and interact. We'll definitely talk about it, and we'll get the questions and we'll answer the questions that you guys have. And if I can help one question be answered, then amazing. I'm very happy, because I did a live that somebody had a question, and unfortunately they couldn't get an answer for it, and now they did it. They have an answer. And you guys just remember that a lot of things are just common sense. A lot of things are common sense in this religion. So please try to understand that sometimes when something doesn't make any sense, you got to question it sometimes. And you're like, hold on. But, and godparents shouldn't get upset because you're asking them a question. Godparents should not be upset because you want to learn more. Godparents should not get upset because you have a question about something, or you don't understand something, or something doesn't make any sense sometimes. And to me, I guess I'm just different. Some godparents think that, because you they're doing something that you're asking a question is something different. I don't know. I don't know how they think, to be honest with you, because I want my kids to have as much knowledge as possible. And I want them to be able to have, I want them to be able to feed themselves. But in a way, I also understand that some godparents want to, make sure that when you want to eat because you're hungry, because of you want to be fed, you need to go back to their house so that they can go ahead and say, hey, it's going to be 500, 1,000, 3,000, or whatever amount it is, so that I can go ahead and get that done. So let's try to help ourselves. Okay, godparents. I want to say that most of the godparents are good godparents. I want to believe that. So let's try it. Let's try it that way, you guys. And once again, leave me your questions at the bottom, and I will answer them, and I will do lives with regards to whatever questions you guys have. Many blessings. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. And once again, go into www.davidalagayu.com, and you guys can get into the schools and get English version books, you guys. If you speak English, there's a lot of information out there that we all need to learn. Okay, David has books of Obà Oriaté, which is head rogations. I was telling another person. The head rogation book is extremely important for you to be able to have and for you to learn. Thank you so much, Rick. Those are important. We all have to learn them, okay? And there's a lot of books in English. Spiritism is in English. We have the Yoko Osha book in English. Bendiciones, Magda. You have the coronation of the Orishas in English. So there's a lot of books that we have in English, you guys. Ori is also, I believe, in English. What else do we have? We have the book of the prayers for the misas that are also in English. We have the Mayombe that you guys have, Mayombe in English and Spanish, so you guys can learn your Mayombe. If your godparents didn't give it to you, get the Mayombe book. It comes in an audio, it comes with a video, and it comes with a physical book, so you can read it, so that it can help you out. We have the Spiritism book in English, The Secret of the Spirits also in English. How to Become a Medium in Spiritism in English. The Power of Ori is also in English. So we have a lot of books in English, you guys. The Palo book is coming very soon. There's one, I believe, it's going to come out in a couple of weeks, the Enquisi Malongo book. But there's a lot of other books in English that we can, that if that's something that you guys are interested in, go. And the classes, you guys, the schools are in English so that we can help you. If you guys can get help from one of them, amazing. Once again, you guys, thank you so much. The book is so good. I put my boveda by the book. Thank you, Kika. Any questions you guys have, leave me your questions at the bottom. Many blessings, okay? Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time.